number one, he said, I'm gonna watch for God. I'm gonna listen to God. Remember how we started tonight? That's what we all should do. Prayer is talking to God. But what else is prayer? Listening to God. It's talking and listening. And again, let me just get real specific. The vast majority of times, God is gonna speak by putting a thought in your mind. We call that a prompting. Or maybe it's even more accurate to say, put something on your heart, and God's gonna move that way. And it can become more conversational than you know if you haven't had it happen. It really can. All of a sudden it turns into this conversation, and it's like, God, you're talking to me. And then sometimes it's not bad to do. You say, God, is that you? I wanna make sure I'm not, messing with myself. But God does that. And in his case, it's a back and forth conversation. So he asked God this very passionate, intense, heavy question. And he said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit and listen. He said, I already know what's coming. God's gonna reprove me. God's gonna tell me I'm wrong, but that's okay. By the way, it's okay if you and God have some interaction together. If you go, God, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't think this is how it should be. And then you get ready for God to start talking with you and interact with you. And he said, I'm going to stand on my guard post and station myself on the rampart, and I'm going to keep watch to see what he'll speak to me and how I may reply when I'm reproved. And so in this moment, he knows God's going to answer him. By the way, I love that Elisha had that same thing. That's how we also, early on, we said Elisha stood there going, hey, let her alone because he hasn't told me yet. But I know he will. Samuel, when he was very young, he heard the voice of God, but it was so clear to him, he ran to Eli the priest and said, did you want me? And Eli said, no, go back to bed. And then Samuel comes running in later going, but hey, you called me. And Eli goes, no, that was the Lord. And I want you to go back and lay down in bed, and if he speaks to you again, you say these words, speak, your servant is listening. And the Lord called Samuel, Samuel, and Samuel replied, speak, your servant's listening. And I'm gonna say, let's do that. You're driving in your car and say, Lord, speak to me. I'm listening, and see if something comes. It doesn't always come in that moment. It may not come for a day or two. God's timing and our timing are different. But just being open, just being ready, just waiting to find out what God wants is what you and I need to do to experience him in a very special way. So speak so your servant's listening. And so God answers Habakkuk.